Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Road to 1 Million, Trading the Options Wheel, Episode 4, ending week 926. You guys might have noticed that there was no video last week. I was traveling away for a buddy's bachelor party and missed the week, but happy to report that the week ended up positive, and so did this week. So we are 5 positive weeks in a row with this channel and this journey, but I'm gonna get into it. As usual, what is the options wheel? The options wheel is, I think about it like I sell insurance for a stock. I sell contracts that are puts and calls, collecting premium along the way. And if a stock drops below a certain point, I have to buy 100 shares of that stock by a certain date that I agreed on. And the wheel starts at puts, goes to calls, and whenever you get assigned, you just continue, and the wheel goes around. So going into the weekly portfolio update, the account is currently sitting at $253,336, up 11.11%, $28,145. And I decided for this week to do the last 2 weeks, which is up $865 or 0.34%. So I need to update the top. My bad on that. 912. It's actually 926, as you can see at the bottom there. This time I'm actually very happy that Friday was a very green day for the markets. And as you can see, up 1,227, which I feel like in this journey and recording this YouTube series, every single Friday has been a red, even though every week has been green. So happy to have such a good day on Friday. I had to withdraw a little bit of money. So if you're following like the dollar accounts, I do drop in funds and I do withdraw funds. I use this brokerage as kind of like a bank account. If I don't have to, obviously I try not to, but sometimes I need to dip into this. So my buddy had a bachelor party and spent a lot of money. So withdrew a little bit of money from this, but if you're following the dollar amounts and doesn't quite follow up, just that's the reason why. But again, kind of going to be a longer video because this is the last 2 weeks, even though this last week was a little uneventful. Most of these realizations happened 2 weeks ago, apart from this Webull. That is the only realization that happened this last week. But just going into it, we realized $2,606 in the last 2 weeks. The top contributors to this were Spotify. I've loved this stock. I'll get into it later in the video. Palantir, IWM, and JEPQ, which is actually a few month hold. So I'll get into it on the breakdown here in a bit. But very, very good 2 weeks. Very happy with the performance so far. So going into trades that I've opened, you guys know I've been playing Palantir since this series started. The premium has been there. I think I started in the 140s. Now I'm selling puts in the 160s as the stock has appreciated. I'm chasing it, but also finding key support levels that I see a bounce off of, and playing the RSI as well. So selling puts on a red day, I sold 2 puts at 160, expiring October 24 on Palantir with a max profit of $685. So this blue line, as usual, is the strike price. So if the stock goes below that price, I have a chance of getting assigned. And if it stays below this blue line, then during October 24th, then I will have to buy 100, or in this case, 200 shares, because I sold 2 contracts at $160 a share. But I still collect this premium no matter what. So one of my trading rules is to sell at 50% profit if it makes sense, aka if, let's say, 2 weeks pass, because I'm selling monthlies 4 weeks out usually. If 2 weeks pass and I'm at 50% profit or less, I will sell and collect $340, $42, $43. So sold this 2 puts on this red day. I like the $160 strike price because I saw this bounce up on this day here. So if the stock drops below, I think this is a key support level. As usual, above, I like the technicals, above the 90-day SMA, above the 200-day SMA. You can see it dipped a little below here, hit it here, strong bounce off. That's what we're looking for. Very strong fundamentals for the stock. Been loving it. And Juicy Premiums, RSI dropped a bit under 60. So someone commented in the last video that I was saying oversold on the top and overbought on the bottom. So excuse me, overbought is on the top, oversold is on the bottom. Little slip up, but I feel like I'm getting better, talking to a mic. It is a little awkward, but I'm just sitting alone in a room talking to myself, but getting better. So apologies if any slip ups or I say anything, but going on to the next stock is Him and Hers. Sold 2 contracts. Again, another popular one in the series, which I'm actually playing also on a smaller account, Trading Leaps, which I might start a series on because I know that most people don't have $250,000 accounts, and you can still make good money buying options. So I might start a small account challenge and kind of share my journey with that. But Hims again also going up in strike prices here as the stock appreciates. We've had a really good day on Friday. These contracts are sitting right now about 30% profit. So am I looking to sell this week? Sold 2 at $539 profit expiring October 24th. Blue line, the strike price that I sold it at. Sold it on this Thursday here, which very strong bounce off of the 90-day SMA, the simple moving average. So that's what I like to see. And then Friday, as kind of predicted, was a 6% day. Well, not that I predicted 6%, but predicted that it would be a green day because of the strong bounce off of a 90-day SMA. I think you guys can tell I'm a technical trader at heart, but someone told me it's just astrology for men, and honestly, I kind of agree. It's just lines on a chart, but it makes me feel better, and it justifies my actions. So I am a technical trader at heart. So looking for this stock, honestly, like in the next 3 months, 6 months, to go in the $60-$70 range is when I'll stop playing it once it hits these peaks here. But for now, Juicy Premiums, RSI not in the overbought territory, still under 60. We'll continue to play the stock. This has been a favorite, and I know a lot of people can't play because of the stock price. It is, I'm playing in the $650, $680 range, so that's, $65,000 in collateral to $68,000 in collateral. Like that's a lot of money that a lot of people don't have, and I understand. But this has been a favorite and has been saving the portfolio and contributing greatly to all these green weeks. I mean, just look at all these bounces off of the 90-day SMA. Dipped a little below, strong bounce. Liquidity break here. Look at this. In late August, early September, bounce, and right here I bought off the bounce here. I mean, this stock has been in a long-term trend upwards, consistently above the 90-day SMA, strong bounce. Juicy Premiums, like $1,314 for a $650 put, which is this blue line. So it's way below the SMA. I could be more aggressive, but this is a big position, so I want to play it a little bit more conservatively. But this still, I mean, let me get my phone here. Still, calculating this is 1,314 divided by 65,000 in collateral. I mean, this is over a 2% per month play, and I've been selling in a week because of the stock appreciation and getting in at the right time, like when it hits the 90-day SMA. So, I mean, this is honestly have been a 4 or 5% play if it keeps appreciating. But base, if you sell this contract and wait a month, 2% per month. I mean, exactly what the portfolio targets, and been really loving the stock. And the RSI has been around the 50s when I got in. So very, very positive trends. Hope it continues. But the portfolio has been loving the stock especially. This is a new play that we haven't seen in the portfolio. I have a buddy really into crypto, and he's been telling me a lot. about the markets, and I saw the dip, and I said, you know what, this is my chance to get in. And unfortunately, it dipped a few days after here, but still well above the strike price. So this is the Bitcoin ETF. I mean, who knew that you could run the wheel strategy on crypto? Right here it is. There's a Bitcoin ETF through iShares called IBIT. It has very solid liquidity, very good options chain, and I mean, premiums are pretty good. I mean, if you calculate again, sorry to not show this on the screen, I'm just calculating on my phone here, but $58 put for $84. $84 divided by 5,800 in collateral. I mean, 1.4, 1.5% with a conservative strike price per month. 1.5% gain. I mean, that's, 15, 16% yearly. That's beating the S&P 500. So this is another stock that an ETF that I will be playing. Unfortunately, we'll see what it does here because it dropped under the 90-day SMA, but still well above the 200 where I sold my put at. Well below the 50 RSI, but it's not quite in. So it's on the lesser half of the RSI scale, but still not quite in heavy oversold territory. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on this, but looking forward to adding this ticker and hopefully playing it more in the wheel in this journey to $1 million. Root Insurance, another one that had a huge red day on earnings here, dropped. I mean, from the 115 levels to about 85-ish. And I've been playing this a few times in the portfolio because the premiums have been juicy, well below the 90-day and 200-day SMA. I believe the stock is undervalued. But again, I mean, this video is not financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes and to follow my journey. I'm not a financial professional or an advisor, so play all of these at your own risk and do your own due diligence. I have to make sure to say that every video. But bought on this red day. Unfortunately, there were a few red days, hit my strike price at 90. So I am currently down on this position, but $90 put for October 17th, $215 max gain. But this $90 range is kind of in the middle. It's not quite a support level, but I'd be happy to get assigned at it. Like with any put that I sell, I'm happy to get assigned and to play the stock for the longer term and sell calls on it when I find appropriate, because I believe that the stock is undervalued and it's going to go up. So couple green days, we'll see where the stock goes from here, keeping an eye on it, but very, very positive signs right now. But it's not, I wouldn't say I'm nervous at all. I mean, it's $2.50 above my strike price, but I think this next week it's going to go back to the hundreds range, but time will tell. RSI at 43, so right around that middle. Let me grab some water here. Excuse me. Throat getting dry. All right. This is a longer video too, which I apologize for. But a lot's happened in these last 2 weeks and wanted to share the journey and just be transparent with everything. And I will say, I mean, 5 weeks green in September is abnormal. September is usually a pretty red month for the stock market in the history, averaging, I think, like 4 to 5% down, or maybe 3 to 5%. So the wheel strategy does hedge a bit, but I mean, it is best if the markets are going sideways, or if it's a slight down or slightly up. It's not good when the strategy is not the best when markets go straight up or straight down. IWM sold 2 puts, another favorite ETF of mine. I think small caps have been undervalued compared to the S&P 500 and the tech run-ups. I mean, this is the ETF that has like HIMS in it, and other like small cap companies. So lots of talking, long video. But anyway, IWM 236, 2 puts, $535 profit. I didn't hear that. I'll edit it out. $535 max profit for 2 contracts. RSI is in the high 50s. Sold my put in the low 60s. So kind of getting to that overbought territory, but still think that it can go back to all-time highs in the mid 240s range. Well above the 90-day SMA, well above the 200-day SMA, playing a more aggressive strike price at 236. I'm just assuming this uptrend is going to continue with this after this small market dip that happened this last week. So now onto the more fun realized trades. The favorite Spotify, about a 1 week hold. Cut it early because it the percentages made sense to me, and the timing. Bought at right when it hit that 90-day SMA, week hold, profited $1,069. Russell 2000 profited $379. 2 puts, another 1 week hold, just playing the trend. Palantir 1 week hold, appreciated nicely. Man. JEPQ September 19th. So this one's interesting. This one I bought during the April tariff lows, almost timed the bottom here. I was looking to get into some dividend and a safer play because, I mean, listen, in April when all this tariff stuff was happening, who knew when the market bottom was? So I timed it pretty good and decided to sell this last week. I mean, it was a 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, about 5 month, 4.5, let's call it, hold here. And decided to sell a call at 57 and got assigned. I know it's controversial selling calls on a covered call ETF. This is the JP Morgan Premium Covered Call ETF, which sells covered call on premium companies. But I think it's currently like 11% dividend yield. So all these dividend dates that I've been collecting, I mean, let's count 5 months. I think I've been collecting like $50-$60 each time. Plus the stock price appreciated by $500, plus the put that I sold initially on it that I got assigned. So total, this was like a $700, $800 play. I mean, for $5,200 in collateral, I mean, over 10% gain easily in 4 or 5 months. So this stock, I'm ready to let go. I think it's been a good run. I'm leveraging off of this stock right now, more into growth stocks than dividend stocks, but very good trade and almost timed the bottom there of the tariff lows. Sprouts. Now this one we're keeping an eye on, is making me slightly nervous, but still it's in heavily oversold territory, with RSI last Friday reaching 14. So we are really looking for a bounce, but it can't find a support. I sold $135. I thought this would be a key support level, but you could see it just broke through. So to put it lightly, or to put it straight forward with you guys, I mean, we're down bad right now on Sprouts Farmers Market. This is why it's important to diversify and not just run the wheel on one stock for your entire portfolio. But I think we're down about 2K right now. Sold to put 135, held full month, got $145 in profit. So my cost base is around the 133 area, $133. And it's well below the 90 and 200 day SMA. So keeping an eye on this, not selling a covered call yet, but looking for it to hit a key support level and start bouncing back. So the next level I'm looking at is this 100 level, but we'll see what it does. So TBD, time will tell. Waste Management. This is one that I also got assigned on, which I'm very happy to have been assigned on. I mean, I think it's, the stock closed at the 219, so slightly in the profit, but I think this is easily going to go back to the 230s where I'm going to sell a call at, even 240s. So very happy to play this. RSI when I got assigned was in the 30s, so more so on the oversold area, but I'm looking for RSI to go back in the 60s and it back to be 230s, 240 stock price. I look at it as a 2K plus profit play, 1 to 2K. So keep an eye on it, like the stock, like the fundamentals, like the chart. So we'll keep you guys updated on how this plays out. Now, Webull, a little more controversial stock. I sold 2 puts at $12. September 26th, expired out of the money. Stock closed at $15. I sold at $12. Key support level at IPO'd went all the way up to 70, but quick drop. So newer stock, but I think with the multiple that Robinhood stock is trading on right now, I think Webull has it's a pretty large competitor, and I think they have a lot of potential, especially with their stock price. So Juicy Premium's been trading them, but a little smaller position and more conservative because there's not as much of a stock history. But before I sell another put, waiting for a pullback back to the 13-ish level. I mean, RSI is at 60 right now. When I sold, it was at 40. So this was a full month hold, collected a premium of $81, but you might see me trade it more in the portfolio. Current portfolio. So this is how it's looking. Right now, open P&L is down 7K. Mostly because I sold that JEPQ position, so took a little bit of profits away. Realized it. Sprouts, negative 2.3K. Nucor, negative 2.4K. But there's also some good news. Intel is almost at break even. It's been on a huge run, and I actually sold a covered call on it. So that's contributing a little less. BTU heavily in the money. But we'll see where it goes. I'm happy to give it up at 20 and just collect the premium. So TBD. Spotify already up $560, and TLT still down a grand. But with all the dividends that we've collected and covered calls, this position is actually up. So if you include all of that, RGTI, huge run up, small position, but I'm just gonna hold it a couple dollars this week. I don't have anything that I wanted to play my money into. So, and WM, as you can see, up slightly, but this is really looking at this position because I think the stock will easily go into the 230, 240 area. And HIM's also up about 30%. So overall, up 11.11% year to date compared to S&P 500, 14%, Dow Jones 13.67%, and MSCI ex-US. This is mostly because of currency appreciation, but been doing 25% about. And as usual, we're crushing the bond indexes. So I have about a little over 5K available cash right now, so heavily deployed with this slight market dip last week, about 2, 3, 4%. So put a lot of capital into the market. So we'll see how it turns out in these next couple of weeks, but I'm confident this uptrend is going to continue. And as the months pass and it gets more to December, this negative 7K, I might start tax loss harvesting in November and December because we're up over 28K on the year. So I don't want to pay taxes on that. So don't mind realizing some losses on this. Mostly looking at TLT, Sprouts, Nucor, and possibly Intel, but hopefully not. Oxy as well. So guys, that ends the video here. Sorry for the long one, but we're at 25.33% of the challenge, and I will see you guys again next week.